Dear Christ Church family, I'm honored to share with you my annual report on 2025. Now at the completion of my first full year as your rector, filled with humility, gratitude, and excitement for all that God is doing among us. I'm giving you this address by video in order to give as much time as possible at our annual meeting on January 25th to our Strategic Planning Committee as they present our new 5-year plan for 2026 to 2030. I remember some of the wisest advice I received before I joined you was that the most important thing I could ever do here is to love God and to love all of you fully and wholeheartedly. The Holy Spirit then has a way of sorting out the rest. I remain astounded every day by how I have come to do just that, how I love and give thanks for all of you each day, and how you all continue to teach me so much about this work of walking with God faithfully. To quote the title of a recent book by journalist Savannah Guthrie, some of that is what we do, but it is mostly what God does. The year 2025 was a trying and testing year in more ways than I can recount, but one in which God's faithfulness and the promise of this community never failed to shine through. When I stood before you here last January, I was saddened to explain some imminent but painful measures, including the loss of 2 beloved staff members and the need for immediate action to resolve the financial health of our parish. As I said, we must tamp the brakes and begin turning the car in a new direction to avoid a devastating financial crash within barely 3 years. You reported both deep concern, especially regarding our finances, the state of this building, and the future of our formation programs, mixed with hopefulness about opportunities to engage with our surrounding community, diversifying possibilities for worship, and meeting God through deeper relationship with one another. And I announced the framework to produce a 5-year strategic plan, which I am overjoyed to share with you at this annual meeting. Following last year's meeting, the vestry and I agreed on 3 priority areas that would pattern the course of 2025. I am incredibly proud to share that we have made substantial progress in every single one of those areas. First, staffing, budget, and building management. Build a healthy staff that fulfills Christ Church's needs and budget, and bring expenses into alignment with revenue, including the sustainable care of our building. This year, we executed a complex and challenging staff transition, moving from a paid staff of 5 to just 3. We brought on Jake Oddie, who has done a brilliant job stewarding the administrative office and handling an extraordinary range of tasks in every area of ministry. And we continue to give thanks for Ann Wilson's marvelous musical leadership and consistency in a time of great transition. We hired a new off-site property management company that handles our rental spaces and some maintenance requests, and a cleaning company that have kept our facilities in shape each week. We also hired a talented firm to review our long-term property maintenance needs so that we can budget and plan for the future with as much insight as possible. We also moved to a new online donation platform that makes the giving process easier and more appealing. Overall, I am proudest to report that we have improved from a budgeted deficit of $220,000 in 2024 to $144,000 in 2025 to just about $80,000 in 2026. That's just 36% of our deficit just 2 years ago, and I have every confidence with your continued generous giving and several increasing revenue streams in the works that we can return to a healthy, sustainable endowment draw just 1 year from now, for the first time in more than 2 decades, The second goal, multi-generational formation, strengthening Christ Church's spiritual formation programs for children, youth, and adults, building from our existing program, and leaning into evolving opportunities for growth. With enormous gratitude to Lynn Winkleman's dedicated interim leadership, our children's atrium programs continue running strong. While registration remains at nearly 40 students, youth sports and activities have taken a hit on attendance in upper elementary and middle school ages. Our 13 Plus program adopted a new curriculum following our Sunday lectionary, and 2 teenagers were confirmed at Easter. While we still have a long distance to go to rebuilding a strong youth group, we are in active conversation with the cathedral and other parishes about shared youth activities on at least a quarterly basis. Our adult formation groups like Wednesday Bible Study and EFM continue to thrive, and I have replaced Sunday 9:15 a.m. adult formation with Saturday evening Episcopal 101, which has yielded a small but consistent energetic following. 2 major developments from 2025 stand out most. First, a small group of leaders from different formation programs has gathered to produce a monthly formation guide starting last September to provide information and opportunities for individuals and families of all ages to engage and learn together about topics that reflect the broader trajectory of the church year and the readings. Second, while we sadly concluded our Sunday 8 a.m. services, whose average attendance hovered around 5, we launched a bi-weekly dinner church program that functions as worship, formation, and fellowship, and it has rapidly grown to an energetic average attendance between 15 and 20. I look forward to building on both of these emerging areas of formation and growth throughout 2026. And third, external communication and community engagement to fortify Christ Church's digital media and increase our connections with organizations in our surrounding neighborhoods to serve the heart of our communities. This year, we did not alter the church's digital footprint and social media as much as anticipated due to the staff transition and my decision to wait for the completion of the strategic plan so that our digital communications will reflect the broader voice, goals, and personality of our parish that this year of discovery has most helpfully revealed. We also have new logo and branding underway that we look forward to unveiling very soon, and that will also inform new internal and external signage throughout our building. Another extraordinary area of growth in 2025 was interfaith and community engagement. In particular, we built strong partnerships with 2 relatively new organizations, the Interfaith Group Against Hate, or IGA, and Americans Making Immigrants Safe, AMI, which have enabled us to partner with local East Side congregations of varied faith backgrounds to provide crucial support to counter the increasing specter of nationalism and intolerance that pervade our culture. We are also working with these groups to confront increasing food insecurity, which is projected to rapidly increase in Cuyahoga County in 2026. Finally, we are in very active conversations with the Shaker Heights Youth Center and the City of Shaker Heights, aimed at forming a new weekday after-school mentoring program for high schoolers to take place in our church's building, connecting us deeply with families across our city and addressing the biggest social need Shaker Heights is currently facing. Our long-standing partnerships, including the St. Herman's Sandwich Ministry, remain active and enthusiastic. Last of all, though membership and attendance are not the most important measures of a church's health and vitality, I am pleased to share that our average weekend attendance held steady at 84 in 2025, which was the same as in 2024. To my awareness, we sadly lost 4 families this year due to death or transition, but gained about 12 new families for a total of about 125 families. As I record this, final numbers are still being completed. For all of these reasons, I am incredibly joyful and hopeful for all that God continues to do through us, and I can't wait to continue walking alongside you in the year to come.